About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. The start of the weekend is upon us. It's Friday evening baseball on the show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies going up against the Atlanta Braves.
And now,
first pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the hill in this one, Carlos Carrasco. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
And with that, we're underway in Atlanta. Ripped on a line to center. And there's one down. Let's take a look at our lineup. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers. So we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, Boog. One reason for those long balls comes from the lineup being aggressive and confident. If they maintain that approach, they could hit a few more today.
Come on, Cookie.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he's in with a stand-up double.
batting third.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Harper now. Not even close there. Ball one. Runner at second here, one gone. Nice grab to first, and they get the out.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 82.
Ball.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And that one ripped to left, and that is that. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. And now the Braves, with their first chance to hit, were scoreless. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the hill for the Phillies, Christopher Sanchez. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, it's a three-pitch mix in the repertoire for this starter. He's going to have to command all three if he's going to have success on the hill today.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Foul ball there. Swing and a foul out of play. Here's the 0-2. And a weak ground ball to the left side. And that's just foul.
that's out. That's a ball.
Line drive. And that's going to get into the corner. Throws to second. And it's a double to start the bottom of the first.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Acuna leads off second with nobody out.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. This has been a good, productive lineup so far this year. Currently ranking among the better teams in terms of total hits and runs per game.
Oh, Boog, this lineup puts the ball in play. And in an era of high strikeouts and big swings, increasing contact makes them dangerous. We'll see if this pitcher can get some support from the defense.
Matt Olson up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. Man at second. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Here's a 1-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-2.
Ball.
Here's the pitch to Olson. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
He's bagging. Give me that pitch one more time. A hanging changeup just out in front.
Here's a 2-2. And there's a
That's
ball.
a ball.
One out and a runner at second. This one smoked on its way out of here. The two-run shot. The Braves score first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Sanchez throws what a lot of people consider to be a power sinker. Throws it with serious velocity, but it moves a ton and it stays down. Next offering is fouled back. On the ground to the left. Whips it to first on the run. Nicely done for the out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 down, bases empty. Now it's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Working on a 5-game hitting streak.
That's a ball.
And Boog, against a guy like this, you grab your backup bat out of the rack. You don't want to take your gamer up there because you know there's a good chance it's coming back broken.
What's the approach when you're facing a guy like this, Chris?
Don't look down in the zone because you'll end up chasing something that's out of the strike zone. Make him elevate the pitch. Because he's not as effective at the top of the strike zone, you got a better chance of having success.
2 down, nobody on. Swings, and this one's flared. Fair ball.
Batting sixth, center fielder, Michael Harris II.
That misses.
Ball. That's down.
And that's ball 1. Out to short. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Braves pick up 2 on the long ball. It's now a 2-0 ball game. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. Second inning set to go. Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about him. That's a good thing.
Here's a 2-0. Hit on the ground to the right side.
A foul ball.
And it goes just foul. That misses the zone. Ball 3.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The 3-1. And that drops in for a strike. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Fouled off to the right. And the 0-2. Good job to fight that one off. And down on strikes. And one away.
Batting seventh, third baseman, Alec Bohm.
And now it's Alec Bohm. Runner takes off. Line drive, base hit right field. Makes the turn at second, heads for third. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with one gone.
Center fielder, Justin Crawford.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
That's up. That's
The
a ball.
last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down a second. They're in plenty of time. He's caught stealing.
Kind of a gamble right there. They're trying to stay out of the inning-ending double play possibility, but now 2 outs, and it gets a little tougher to drive in the run from third.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And that one is lifted in the air. And that'll do it. One left for Philadelphia. They trail it here 2-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Dominic Smith.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Outside low, ball 1. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious when adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
He swings and fouls one off. On the ground. Handles, throws to first, and quickly one away in the second.
Batting 8, designated hitter, Mauricio Dubon.
Right through there for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
And that is out of play. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Mike Yastrzemski up here.
Hee-haw.
Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Back at Truist Park, top half of the third inning, Garrett Stubbs stands in for the Phillies. That missed by a lot. And that's ball 1. Ripped into right field, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Up next for Philadelphia, shortstop, Trey Turner.
In the air to left center. Yastrzemski has a beat on it, and he makes the catch.
Up next for Philadelphia, right fielder Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Doubled his first time up.
Nope, ball.
Stubbs leads off first with one away. That's a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with one gone.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Brings it back on a leaping catch. Wow. Runner tags and will move up to third.
Wow, that was clutch. Huge situation and an incredibly tough play. I thought it was going to drop for sure, but he makes what might be the play of the game. That was absolutely amazing.
Now it's the DH. 0 for 1 so far. Two on, 2 outs. Fouls away the first offering. Late swing, fouled off. Base hit right field. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Outside, that's a ball.
The 1-0. And a strike on the outside edge. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Ball.
Line drive, that's a base hit. Here comes Schwarber around third. He'll score, and the Phillies tie the game. It's an RBI single. It's 2-2.
Huge game-tying at bat right there. Came through in a big spot to drive in the run. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
This is Bryson Stott. Ball 1, no strikes. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. 2 on, 2 outs. Next offering misses, and a count even 1-1. In the air, left field. Yastrzemski coming on. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. We are tied 2-2. Back here in Atlanta, now in for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Acuna measures 6 feet even, 28 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. On the inside corner for a strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Pretty much textbook pitching for the 3-pitch K right there. Jumped ahead 0-2 on 2 pitches he didn't want to go after at the plate. Then, knowing he's going to be a little more aggressive trying to protect, he expands just out of the zone where he couldn't do anything with it. He gets the strikeout and keeps the pitches thrown to a minimum. Very nice.
Ball.
Tied up here in the early going. And that is cut on and missed. And the count 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Olsen
Ball.
in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him.
One more time.
Two down, nobody on. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Fights it off. He'll see another. One and 2 now. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Braves go down quickly here. We're through 3 and tied at 2 apiece. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. New inning getting started. Alec Bohm stands in for the Phillies. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
You know, these Phils just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They're swinging early, being aggressive, but 1 or 2 pitches later, the at-bat is over. That's not going to cut it if it's not resulting in hits. So they might want to be a little more selective up there. That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
And that one fouled off. Line drive, base hit. Yastrzemski hustles it back in. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Go ahead run on base. Garrett Stubbs stands in for the Phillies. Left field, base hit. Here comes Bohm around third. He's safe. 3-2, they take the lead.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it. Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
The 1-0.
Hey, ha!
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
And now Kyle Schwarber steps up in a critical moment. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Two on, one out. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Olsen over to second, on to Smith. 2. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. This is NL East baseball here on MLB The Show. Bottom of the 4th, so now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Pulls that one foul. Oh, and 2 now. Stays alive. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. On the ground to third. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
Next for the Braves, center fielder, Michael Harris.
And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on.
No, that's high.
That one almost got him. Foul ball. Gets a piece and stays alive. That one not close. Full count now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. This ball's chopped on the ground. Boom. On the run, throw to first.
No,
safe at first, and an infield single keeps the inning going.
It's a good hustle. And when you're talking about an emerging leader on a team, those are the things that are going to be necessary for him to do to set that example, you know, game in, game out.
Harris leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Look out!
That hit him.
And it
Take
hit
the
him.
base.
Up next for the Braves.
Here's Mauricio Dubon. Went down on strikes his first time through. Two aboard, 2 outs. In for a strike, and now just 1 pitch away from surviving the inning.
No, that's outside. Ball. Ball.
Outside.
That's the ball.
So
Outside.
both runners should be on the move here on the full count pitch.
Yeah, this is a good chance to tie up this ball game. See if he can find some open grass in the outfield.
That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Two on, 2 outs. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Oh, great stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. 2 left for Atlanta. They're down 3-2. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Phillies, Bryce Harper. Carrasco back to work.
Hey, ha. No, that missed.
In the air, left field. Yastrzemski makes his way towards it. He gets there to make the play. A nice running grab. One up, one down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 82.
Hee-haw! No, that's out. That's in. Ball.
Slice to right. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Up next for Philadelphia, left
Brandon
fielder,
Marsh steps to the
Brandon
plate.
Marsh.
Pitches in there. 0-1. Marsh wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. Runner on the go. Hammered. Base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Spoiled that backdoor breaking ball perfectly. Stayed tall, didn't lean out towards it, let it get deep, and then just squared it up pretty nicely the opposite way. That's great hitting.
There's the strike.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Two on, one out. This one in the air, center field. Harris settles underneath it. Brings it in.
Up next for Philadelphia, third baseman, Alec
And here
Bohm.
comes Alec Bohm. He's 2 for 2.
Hee-haw!
First and second, 2 down. And we're at the top of the 5th. Sliced hard but foul. Next offering upstairs. That one inside. Look out.
That's the ball.
Justin Crawford next to bat for Philadelphia. And that'll load the bases.
Oh, that sets up a really big at-bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Carlos Carrasco is done in this one, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Aaron
Braves,
Bummer gets the call from the
number
pen.
49.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Tap back to the mound. Albies. The flip. Save.
Oh, he beat it. He beat it.
Up next for Philadelphia, catcher Garrett Stubbs.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Garrett Stubbs. Outfield playing pretty shallow. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Robert Suarez, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Kinley warming up as well. The 1-1. In the air out to center. Base hit. One run is in. Here's the throw. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. It's 6-2.
Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it.
Just
Nope,
missed.
that's outside. Ball.
Crawford on second. Stubbs on at first with 2 down.
No, ball.
Here's a 2-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Two on, 2 outs. High fly ball, right field. Acuna under it. And that is that. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Phillies 6 and the Braves 2. Bottom of the inning. Now in for the Braves, Mike Yastrzemski.
You know, these Braves just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Comes up empty. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 0-2 now. Good eye right
No, that
there.
missed. That's a ball.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Ball.
2-2. Up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ball.
Here's a 1-2.
These first two hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
The Braves down by 4. Last half of inning number 5. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. And a rope into center field, base hit. So he gets a hit after a long battle with the pitcher.
Up next for the
Everything was on
Braves,
time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Drake Baldwin digs in now. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Nolan Hoffman. The rookie right-hander is getting loose. Alvarado getting loose as well. Man at first, one away. Edge of the zone, called a strike. And it's 0-2. In the dirt. The 1-2. Ground ball could be 2. Over to stop for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. One hit in the inning, but no one left. We're through 5. It's the Phillies 6 and the Braves 2. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. Kyle Schwarber will hit next.
Right fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Come on, Braves, let's go.
Got to
Nope,
be real
that's
careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Here we go, Aaron.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. One down.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
Come on, Aaron.
That misses
No,
the
that missed.
zone.
That's a ball.
Ball one.
Ball.
To the right side. All these in plenty of time to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 82.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Aaron Bummer won't go any further tonight. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher for the Braves, Robert
number
Suarez.
75.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And next is the designated hitter.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
2 down, nobody on. Ground ball right side, it squirts through. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next for Philadelphia, left fielder Brandon Marsh.
Hoo-yah.
The 0-1. Towards first. What a stop. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Phillies strand one. They lead it 6-2.
Now pitching for
Back
Philadelphia.
now for the bottom of the
Number
6th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Nolan Hoffman.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Here's Matt Olson. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off. That clips the corner. Hoffman, 28 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2018. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Not close with that one, and the count 1-2. On the ground,
That's
right
foul.
side. And that's just foul.
Really
That's the
good
ball.
take, especially with 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Next offering is downstairs. Swing and a miss. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. There's a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Kyle Backus, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose.
Let's go, Austin.
And the 0-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. The Phillies leading by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Going to count 1-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Give it to him, Bray.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Albies stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around.
No, that's low. Ball.
Let's go, Ozzy.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Here we go, Ozzy.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. It's the Phillies 6 and the Braves 2. Back at Truist Park, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Let's go, Braves. Come on, Atlanta. This one's you, Bobby.
And it
That's
goes
foul.
just foul. Now the 0-1. This one popped up. Riley settles under it. And there's one down.
Up next for Philadelphia, third baseman Alec Bohm.
Outside low. Ball 1.
Let's go, Braves.
And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
One and two here.
No, that's out.
Got him swinging.
Up next for Philadelphia, center fielder Justin Crawford.
2 outs, base is empty. Justin Crawford now at the plate. Strike 2. Crawford thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. Two down, nobody on, and it's fouled away.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Here's a 1-2. Outside with a breaking ball. Swings and misses, struck him out. It's the Phillies 6 and the Braves 2. Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Kyle Backus. This southpaw has been really good against left-handed hitters.
Leading off for the Braves, center fielder Michael Harris II.
Hike one.
Let's go.
Here's the 0-2. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman Dominic Smith.
Ball outside.
The lefty, the 1-0. That one
That's
way
the ball.
inside. Next offering is fouled back. The count 2-1. That one fouled off. Harris aboard here at first with nobody out. Up the middle, Turner. Behind his back to second, to first. Double play. Nicely done.
He's so good at coming across the bag and snagging it with the bare hand to throw. I like the flair that he brings day in and day out.
Base is empty after the double play. Mauricio Dubon, the next to hit.
Hee-haw!
Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the seventh. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Hit on the ground to short. Turner. Play made, that ends the inning. And the Braves go down quietly. They still trail it here. It's 6-2. Back here in Atlanta, here's the Phillies catcher, Garrett Stubbs. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Fastball for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
The 0-2.
Ball.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
Here we go now, Bray.
1-2 now. Hit in the air out to center field. Harris on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for Philadelphia, shortstop Trey Turner.
Hut!
That one finds the zone. That's strike two. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 0-2.
No, that's down. Ball.
And they'll do it again. Stays alive. And that misses. And it's 2-2. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. That one misses, and it's 3-2. Nine pitches thrown there before earning the walk. What a battle.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Runner on at first with one gone. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies.
That's a ball.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Big time GM right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit. Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Here's the 2-2. Turner runs. The 2-2 on the way. Just misses with that one.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
No question about this one. It's out of here. He flexes his power with that swing, and they add to the lead. It's 8-2.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
There's a swing and a drive. Doesn't have enough. And that is foul.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Base hit. Back-to-back hits, and they were hit hard.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
Next is the designated hitter. And first offering is fouled off. Harper at first, one gone.
That's the ball.
Ball to strike. The pitch.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
And that's downstairs and outside. Three-one now. And that's a strike. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball in the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Robert Suarez will depart, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Tyler Kinley.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
That misses.
Ball, that's up.
And that is ball one. Out towards right center field. And that is that. But the Phils get 2 on this blast. It's now 8-2. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. On to the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Yastrzemski not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike call will stand. So they're now out of challenges. Here's the 0-2. That's to third, and that one handled. Tosses to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
The 1-0. And there's a foul ball. Jackknife's out of the way. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Down and in, moved his feet. The Braves with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And he grounds one to the right side. Stott over to first in time. 2 away now.
Up next for the Braves, catcher, Drake Baldwin.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Kyle Backus is done, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
Jose Alvarado into the game.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
2 down, bases empty. Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves. 0 for 3 in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Right through there for a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. ground, nobody on. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. That completes the strikeout, inning over. It's the Phillies 8 and the Braves 2. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman, Terry Steinbach. I mean, you just go on and on. Tony Armas. Just some tremendous rosters back then. And I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, pulling up right there to the stadium and then going in and watching the game.
Now fly ball to right center. Acuna on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for Philadelphia, center fielder Justin Crawford.
One out man at first. Now here is Justin Crawford.
Here we go, Tyler.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
And it's going to stay a strike. One challenge remaining for them now. The 0-1. Lined into left center. Should be extra bases. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Stop coming home. He'll score, and it's 9-2.
Well done. Drives in the run. There's no doubt he saw that pitch very well out of the hand, and he knew exactly what to do with it. Stayed back and drove it the other way into the alley to one-hop the wall, and that was just excellent.
One down. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Good job to fight that one off. Oh, and 2 now. Can't connect on the curveball. Struck him out.
Oh, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
On the ground to third. The throw to first, and they get Turner for the out. And that's the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Hard of the order, 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Phillies 9 and the Braves 2. Bottom 9. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Matt Olson.
That's the ball. That's down.
And the 1-0.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Outside. Full count now. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Swing and a ground ball, but that rolls foul. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay, safe at second. He legs out the double.
Got on plane with that pitch. Not as far away, but out there a little bit. But he let it travel, tracked it. Didn't try to pull it. And that's something that can help you get going, get on track. Maybe a little bit too late in this ball game, but you just never know.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. 1 for 3.
Nope, ball.
Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Fought off foul. One out and a runner at second. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Here's a 1-2. Line drive, base hit. Here comes Riley. He will score. It's an RBI single, and it's 9-3. Albies, the base runner at first with 1 out.
Low, ball.
Liner snagged it first. They put the tag on him, and that'll do it. Ball game.
9-game losing streak. No one wants to get to double digits in that column. So to come out today, break it, win, get that good feeling back again, go into the clubhouse, turn up the music, enjoy it. Everything tastes better. You're going to sleep better, and you come back out tomorrow and you get another win.
9-3 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.